Hello and welcome. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about these babies right here, the new Powertrain Eon adjustable dumbbells. I'm going to be doing a bit of a review, comparing them to the previous model, and actually seeing whether they're worth adding to your home gym setup. Now, quick disclaimer though, this video isn't sponsored, and Clicker, the parent company of Powertrain, have reached out and paid me to complete some commercial work for them. But I want to make it clear that this video is my personal review where I'm going to be honest and transparent, sharing my genuine thoughts and opinions. This video also will be timestamped down below, so if there's a particular section that you're after, feel free to click around or even watch the video in its entirety. It's up to you. So first off, a brief context. Clicker, the parent company of Powertrain, did see my original video posted 3 years ago and only recently started getting a little bit of traction. And so they basically reached out wanted me to make some commercial style videos for them, which I did. And I thought, well, why not create an in-depth review while these dumbbells are in my possession? Which basically leads me into this video. The main point of difference with these dumbbells compared to other variations of adjustable dumbbells, even the previous version, is that you actually adjust the weight like you would on a motorbike handle. You just twist the handle. Now, when you compare that to the previous 40 kilogram Powertrain dumbbells, you actually have to adjust the outer rings on both sides to make sure that you get the appropriate weight. Just a point of difference. When it comes to the build quality of these things, these dumbbells use cast iron plates enclosed with a high density ABS plastic coating. Basically means that the actual plates themselves are really durable. You can definitely feel it when you're using it, and they definitely do not feel cheap. Although, no matter how durable the weight plates are, they still have intricate moving parts, meaning I would definitely not recommend dropping these dumbbells. The previous 40 kilogram adjustable Powertrain dumbbells had rubber adjustable ends, right, which acts as a bit of a padding, which helps absorb very slight impacts, especially when lowering down heavier weights. But with all adjustable dumbbells, they're never going to be quite as durable as traditional fixed ones. Something you just can't fix. When talking about the handle, it has a knurled grip measuring roughly 10 centimeters in length, which definitely helps gripping those dumbbells, especially if you tend to get sweaty palms. The knurling definitely makes them feel secure in your hands. When it comes to the weight range and adjustability, these dumbbells start from 4 kilos and go all the way up to 36 kilograms, which definitely can be suitable for beginners and intermediate lifters. There are 9 different weight options, increasing in 4 kilogram increments. So 4, 8, 12, 16, all the way up to 36 kilograms, which for most people will definitely be more than enough to perform exercises such as your dumbbell bench press, shoulder press, bicep curls, rows, tricep extensions, even goblet squats. When comparing this to the other model that I had reviewed, the 40 kilogram adjustable dumbbells, the Eon doesn't quite go as heavy. Now, if you plan to use these regularly and progressively overload over time, there's a chance that you might outgrow them. In that case, you might actually prefer to go for the heaviest pair you can find, like the 40 kilogram option. Now, you might be wondering, who is this product best suited for? Coming from someone who's been training for 10 years now, I can say that these are definitely suited for those who favor convenience, ease of use, and a space-saving setup that reduces friction to working out. Because the easier it is to adjust weights, the easier it is to keep your intensity high when using things like supersets and drop sets in your workouts. This kind of rapid weight change is definitely going to be much harder to achieve with traditional dumbbells that use the, screw-on plates and collars. But overall, I do love the new design. It's really super convenient, and they really do look like traditional dumbbells, just with the added ease of use of 9 different weight options. When it comes on saving on space, you can clearly see that either option of these dumbbells do not take up much room. Now, if you've got the budget and a bit of extra space, both options do come with a stand sold separately, as it does save you from lifting the dumbbells off the floor each time. It's not essential, but it does make for a smoother workout experience. When it comes to the value for money, these dumbbells can be a fantastic investment for some people and less for others. So let me just break that down for you. You're getting the equivalent of 9 pairs of fixed dumbbells in one compact unit. That is a huge cost saving when buying separate dumbbells, which could easily just run you into the thousands. Now, if you look after them, meaning you don't drop them or misuse and abuse them, then they honestly could last you a lifetime. The only reason that they may become redundant in your setup is if you outgrow them, or if you need more than just the 36 kilograms that it provides, which in that case, joining a gym or looking at progressing in a different exercise might be something to look into. These dumbbells are great for home gym users with limited space who still want a wide weight range in one compact piece of equipment. They can be great for beginners as well. I'm going to be touching on that in just a moment, but they're also ideal for intermediate to roughly a little bit advanced lifters who regularly may train in the 4 to 36 kilogram range, as well as people who have more of a hybrid style of training, meaning that you might work out from home some days and to the gym on others because you may not make it to the gym every single session. Might be good for you. People who value convenience and quick weight changes, people that use supersets or drop sets or even circuit style of training may benefit. When talking about who these may not be suitable for, these adjustable dumbbells probably aren't going to be much interest to people who train consistently at the gym, have no trouble getting their workouts in, and genuinely just enjoy the gym environment. If your lifestyle already supports regular gym visits and you've got your program dialed in and you're happy with the equipment that's actually available to you, then there's not really a strong reason to invest in a set like this. And honestly, if that's you, you're probably not going to even be watching this video in the first place. Now, for complete beginners, it's a bit more of a it depends situation, right? Because if you're brand new to training, no matter your age, I definitely recommend that if you have the ability to, go find a good personal trainer to work with in a gym and actually learn the fundamentals properly, because building a solid foundation with good form from day one can definitely save you from injuries and bad habits later on down the track. Now, the other path is, if in-person coaching isn't an option, is to be willing to take the slightly longer route and actually learn on your own. There are plenty of great resources online that can teach you how to perform the exercises safely and effectively. And if you're willing to put in the effort and to study, practice, and correct your form, you can absolutely start your fitness journey from home with a set of adjustable dumbbells like these ones. It honestly just comes down to your circumstances and really how you prefer to learn. Now, from a user experience and convenience perspective, these dumbbells, they tick a lot of boxes, and they save space, money, and they let you train essentially your whole body effectively with just the twist handle adjustments. Now, the twist handle adjustment does make changing weights quick and easy, which is perfect for supersets, circuits, and drop sets. The only small thing to note is, like with any adjustable dumbbell, you might need to line them up carefully when placing them back into the tray. It's not going to be a deal breaker for you, but when it comes to much heavier weights, it can be a little awkward, especially at the end of a hard set. Do these plates actually feel secure during use? Yes. Once the weight is selected and actually locked in, the plates are stable and they don't rattle. Now, another question you might have is the knurling aggressive enough to prevent any sort of slips? I'd definitely say the knurling is great, but you could also use chalk or liquid grip if you sweat heavily. You also might be wondering, can you do overhead movements, and is it safe to do so? Yes, you can. Once the weights are selected and actually picked up, the plates are secure and you don't have to worry about any of them falling off, especially when doing overhead tricep extensions or anything like that. You also might be wondering whether the 4 kilogram jumps might be a problem. For experienced lifters, not at all. For beginners, smaller increments might be a bit more comfortable for gradual progression. Again, it may not be a bit of a deal breaker. Overall, the Powertrain Eon adjustable dumbbells are going to be a great option for a lot of people training at home. They're built well, they're quick to adjust, and they give you 9 different weight options in one compact setup. Sure, the 4 kilogram jumps can make progression a little tricky for some lifts, but for the convenience, the space saving, and the versatility makes them a really strong contender, especially if you're lifting in that 4 to 36 kilogram range. I honestly think it's important to recognize that having access to equipment like this is a real gift for us gym goers who really just want a convenient, space-saving home gym setup without needing to invest thousands in a full dumbbell rack. And look, if you've made it this far, chances are you're actually pretty interested in home gym gear. So I've also made another video on an adjustable barbell, right? If you guys want to check that out, it's in my channel, link down in the description. Hope to see you there.